أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. So today we'll start with Ayah 101. وإذا ضربتم في الأرض فليس عليكم جناح أن تقصروا من الصلاة إن خفتم أن يفتنكم الذين كفروا إن إن الكافرين كانوا لكم عدو مبينا. And when you travel in the land then there is no sin on you that you shorten the prayers, if you fear that those who disbelieve may attack you. Indeed, the disbelievers are an open enemy to you. So this ayah gives the ruling for the shortened prayers, and it's the qasr salah. So, when you're traveling, and in the olden times when they used to travel, they used to, there used to be lots of, uh, lot of, there used to be a lot of robbers in the deserts who used to rob any trade caravans that used to go by, right? So in that kind of case, right, when you're traveling and you're praying, it was allowed to shorten the prayer so that the prayer can be done quickly and it reduces the risk. So moving to the next ayah.
And
Wha-
Abdullah, other than that, it is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na? In the during the journey when you are traveling, um, uh, yani it's not easy. Definitely, you might be tired of, especially that in those days when it was walking or on horse or camel. It was not easy. The journey was not easy. Even today, also when we have to, even we take flight, then maybe to reach to the airport, and then after that going back, waiting in the waiting area, like there might be so many things. Yani, maybe my uh, boarding time is coming in and I have very less time. There might be many things, है ना? So it is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you only think that to reduce the risk. So now these days there is no risk of the that, है ना? So
yeah,
it means now shouldn't we do this, the qasr, or should we still do it?
yes, we should.
We should still do it. It is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is for permanent. Some people might think, no, no, as there are no risks these days, so we should offer full because there is no risk. Why to reduce our salah? No, in this case, reducing our salah will get us more rewards because this is an order in the Quran, and this is a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have to take this advantage and blessing, and fulfilling any offering more rakats will not give us benefit. Shortening will give us more rewards, inshallah, in this case. And as we know, yesterday in Aqidah class we discussed that following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sunnah is the best for us in all cases. And I just shared yesterday the example of those three companions who came to Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha to ask about Rasulullah sallallahu, about his routines. And she told, and then one of them said that I will fast always, yani daily I will fast. One of them said I will pray whole night, I will not sleep. And the third one said that I will not marry any woman because uh, because it keeps us away from the religious duties. So Rasulullah sallallahu did not like it and did not approve it. Okay, so we shouldn't think that, oh, this is less, we should do more. Because I came to know some people think in this way. They feel that as now their journey is very easy, the traveling is not that difficult, so we can manage offering full salah. No, no, no. We shouldn't think like this. We should follow the sunnah and whatever. And then uh, you can, if you can tell us that how much. traveling? Yani, what is the distance that if you travel this much, then you have to do qasr? Or what is the time duration of your travel? One is distance and the other is duration. So can you guide on us on that?
Yes, I'm not sure. Can you tell?
Okay, yeah, there because it's a fiqh, because Quran doesn't tell anything, you know, on this. Just Quran says that when you are traveling, then you just shorten your salah. And when it comes in hadith, so there are certain hadiths which give us different, durations and different time periods. So, like the middle way is uh, yani the scholars who have yani moderately finalized the duration is 14 days, yani 2 weeks. For example, if you travel to Pakistan, right, and yes, definitely flight might be only uh, 3 hours, 4 hours flight, right? But you if you are coming back Qatar within 1 week, so that whole stay of 1 week will be traveling, will be considered as traveling because you are not staying there, na? So when you leave your home and when you come back, okay, that total duration, if it is 2 weeks, then you will be considered as a traveler only, right? So you will do your shortening of salah, qasr salah, you will offer there. But if you have an intention of staying more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, or more than that, then from the day one, okay, during the travel when you are on the airport or here and there, right? So you can shorten your salah, but when you reach your destination, yani your home back in Pakistan, then you just offer your full salah if your intention is to stay more than 2 weeks. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, thank you.
And
It's
here,
how much did you say about the distance? Like
distance I didn't say yet. I just told about the duration.
okay.
Distance also, Uzair, it's a little difference of opinion, right?
Hmm.
But yani, I think 80 miles
80
is the
miles or kilometers? I've heard like 70 kilometers or something like that.
uh, which one is the bigger one, like the kilometers or
Miles,
the
miles is bigger.
It's not kilometer. I have read I have it's miles. Okay, and definitely, Uzair, we can make out the yani. As I said, this is a fiqhi issue, है ना? Fiqhi issue means that the scholars with their understandings they have finalized, right, under the light of certain ahadith. So if little
Miss.
here and there is difference, it's okay. This is not the matter of like belief that we have to be very committed.
Yes,
So
miss.
little bit
Yeah.
difference here and there, it is acceptable.
So I just
Okay,
searched it. It says 80 kilometers.
where?
Google.
Share
Sheikh
with me now.
Google, miss.
Sheikh Google. We can't trust Sheikh Google. We have studied it with our Sheikh, huh? With our
Mhm.
original Sheikh.
Yes.
Even still, I will check it out and let you know. But as per my memory right now, it is miles. Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. And rakats, I think everybody knows. Abdullah, can you say the rakats in shortening of salah, like how much we will short and which salah we will shorten
Miss for Zohar
for
and
Fajr?
Asr, for Fajr.
Hmm.
Yeah, Miss, can you tell?
Yeah, just try.
So I think Fajr stays the same.
Huh. Because there are only two for how will you shorten it? You can't offer one rakat, na? There are two rakats you have to offer. And then for sunnah, why I asked this question to make you people understand that the sunnah of Fajr is extremely important. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never missed them, even in his journey also, right? During traveling also, he was offering sunnah rakats for Fajr. When even further rakats, we are just making half. We are shortening even further rakat. But Fajr Sunnah is so important that he never missed them. Okay, and then Zuhur and Asr
Zohar and Asr is 2 rakat each.
instead of four, yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
And then Maghrib, I think even that's 2 rakat.
Maghrib is 3.
Maghrib is 3.
so how will you make it half? Because you have to make it half. Can you make it half? Can you offer 1.5 rakat?
No.
No, so it remains the same. Okay, 3 rakats.
And Isha
Okay,
becomes 2.
then
Isha
yes,
becomes two
Isha
rakat.
becomes two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, there also, witr rakat, one witr has to be offered. Okay,
Yeah.
so like the morning salah and night salah, Isha and Fajr will carry one thing more with for the rakat, witr, and here in Fajr time, two sunnah. Okay, we will not miss them even during traveling. Fajr, Maghrib will be the same 3 rakats, but Zuhr and Asr on and Isha's will be shortened to two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so moving to Ayah 102. وَإِذَا كُنْتَ فِيهِمْ فَأَقَمْتَ لَهُمُ الصَّلَاةَ فَلْتَقُوا فَلْتَقُمْ طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْهُمْ مَعَكَ وَلْيَأْخُذُوا أسلحة أسلحتهم. And when you, O Muhammad sallam, are among them and lead the prayer for them, then let only a party of them stand with you to pray, and let them take their arms. Now, the context of this ayah, that's been continuing for some ayat now. It's the battlefield, right? So it's like the context of the battlefield. So basically, this is giving instructions on how to pray during the battlefield, right? So it tells, basically the problem arises, when half the army prays first and the other half prays later. One problem occurs is that which part gets to be led by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, because if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu leads one half of the army, the other half will have to pray under someone else, which is not fair. Everyone wanted to take the blessings of praying behind the Prophet sallallahu. So Allah has given us a solution in this ayah, right? So it says that let only a party of them, means half of them, stand with you to pray, and let them take their arms, right? So they have their arms close to them. Maybe they have their swords in their sheaths with them. Maybe, like, if they're archers, or they have spears, just keep them close to them, right? So that in a case of an attack, they can easily defend. Okay. And then when they have performed their prostrations, let them take their positions in your rear, and let another party that has not prayed come. Let another party come that has not prayed. So let them pray with you, and let them take precautions and their arms. So basically, if it's like a 2 rakat namaz, because it was qasr, so the 2 rakat prayers, the Prophet ﷺ would pray the first rakat, and then he would keep sitting. After the second sajda, he would keep sitting. Okay. And all of the people praying behind him, right, the half the army, they continue their prayer, and they complete the second rakat, they say salam, and they leave. All right. And then the first party, they come in and they join the prayer, they say Allahu Akbar and join in, with the sitting. Right? And when the second party joins in, Prophet Muhammad sallam, he gets up and he completes his second rakat, and then he says salam. Right? And the rest of the companions who are praying behind him, they complete their second rakat, and then they also say salam. right? So it's a solution that Allah gave, so that everyone prays behind the Prophet ﷺ, and everyone prays all of the rakat, whilst half the party prays first and half of it prays after that. Yep. And it also says that when one party is praying, the other party should be right behind them. They should they should take guard. They should they should be defensive. And when that party is praying, the party that already prayed, they should be defending them. Those who disbelieve wish, if you were negligent of your arms and your baggage, to attack you in a single rush, right? uh, Allah also said in this ayah that when you're praying in a battlefield, have your arms with you, right? Your swords or your arrows and everything, right? Those who disbelieve, they want that you get indulged in your prayer, and then you keep your arms away from you. You're just praying, and then they can come attack you easily, and you know they know that you won't be able to fight back because you were praying and you don't have your arms. So that's why Allah says, keep your arms and baggage with you. And it is no sin for you if you are inconvenienced of rain, or you are ill, that you lay aside your arms, right? Sometimes the armor and the swords and all, they can get heavy, right? So so Allah is saying that if you're inconvenienced of rain, you know if there was rain, or if you were ill, or maybe you had the night guard, you were guarding the whole night, and now it's Fajr time and you're tired, then it is fine if you lay your arms down, right? Because they're heavy, you might not be able to carry them and pray together. And take your precaution. Indeed, Allah has prepared for the disbelievers a humiliating punishment. So, moving to the next ayah. فإذا قضيتم فإذا قضيتم الصلاة فاذكروا الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبكم فإذا 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 اطمأننتم فأقيموا الصلاة إن الصلاة كان على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. Uh, when you have finished the prayer, then remember Allah standing and sitting down and lying down on your sides. And when you are in safety, then establish prayer. Then indeed the prayer is enjoined on the believers at fixed hours. So when you have finished the prayer, this means that after the prayer, uh, don't just go straight back to battle, right? Remember Allah. Wherever you are, remember Allah, whatever you're doing. Even if you're like walking around in the camps, when you have finished prayer, it also means that when night falls, both armies back out. They both sit in their camps, right? A lot of modern armies these days, when they're in battlefields and it's a night time or something, they try to enjoy their time as much as they can, because they think that, yeah, it's like it could be our last night right now, this could be our last hours. So they try to enjoy as much as they can. They tell each other stories and all that. So Allah is telling that you should remember Allah standing, sitting down, lying down on your sides. Whatever you're doing, keep remembering Allah, because you don't know when you might die. It's best to die while remembering Allah. And when you are in safety, this means that when the war has ended, when it's peace, then establish prayer. Means establish the full prayer. The they used to be praying qasr salah at the battlefield. Now they can pray full prayer. Indeed, the prayer is enjoined on the believers at fixed hours. So, moving on to our last ayah for
And
today. Yeah, yeah.
Abdullah, yeah, like like look at the ending part. That indeed the prayer is enjoined on the believers at fixed hours. Yani, look at that, the background. It's about battlefield, है ना? If easily delaying prayer is allowed, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't tell them that okay, as you're in the battlefield, okay, no problem, you can pray your salah later, है ना?
Yeah.
From here we understand the importance of salah, praying on time, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it's on time, it's on the prayer is enjoined on believers at the fixed hour, it has a fixed time. And without any reason we cannot postpone it, we cannot offer it to another time, on another time. So what could be the possible reason? As I said, without a valid reason we cannot postpone it. What could be the valid reason, Abdullah?
So, it helps you manage your time.
No, no, yeah, definitely. But what could be the valid reason that okay, you can skip your salah and you can pray it with the next salah? But what could be the, even in the battlefield it's not allowed to pray it on the next time. So what could be the valid reason? When can you skip your salah and you can offer it with the next salah? Any idea? Think of an think of a situation.
Miss, suppose you were unconscious at the time of prayer.
Exactly. If a person is unconscious due to sickness, or maybe he is sleeping and he couldn't wake up and there was no one to make him wake up, right? Suppose. So then, yes, definitely he is sleeping. It's not that he is intentionally missing it, okay? Or he is due to sickness, he is unconscious. Yes, this is one of the reason that you have missed it. Anyways, now you offer it with the next prayer. Okay, what else? Maybe like doctors, Abdullah. Because doctors, if there is an emergency operation, you know, the doctor cannot wait for the patient, that he has to attend that patient, doctors in emergency especially. Okay, so if there is a prayer time but there is a patient and there is no one else to deal with him, and this doctor has to deal with him, so he can, because this is a matter of saving a life, that is more important. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like from sunnah we understand this. So if or in any ways, if you are saving a person's life, okay, then that is more important, you can delay your salah. But other than these situations, there is no situation that we miss our salah. And like look at ourselves, for no reasons, for very small reasons, we miss our salah. Yani if somebody is in the market, no, he doesn't care about the time and the prayer is missed. If somebody is in a function, in a meeting, like these very silly things, we miss our salah. It is really not acceptable. Okay, so from this ayah, subhanallah, we understand that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't allow them to miss their salah. Allah has given them an alternative way how to pray, but they cannot miss it and they cannot postpone it to the next salah. You know, I hope it's clear. This point is very important to understand, to be understood.
Yeah.
Okay, move next.
Okay, so last ayah. ولا تهنوا ولا تهنوا في ابتغاء القوم إن تكونوا تعلمون فإنهم يعلمون كما تعلمون وترجون من الله ما لا يرجون وكان الله عليما حكيما. And do not weaken in pursuit of these people, the enemy. If you should be suffering, then surely they too are suffering hardships, as you are suffering, and you hope from Allah that which they do not hope, and Allah is ever knowing, all wise. Now, Allah is saying over here basically that in a battlefield, since there's lots of different encounters, right? It's usually not over in one encounter. There's multiple encounters all over. It can be over the course of multiple days. And then there's one final decisive encounter where one side feels too weakened to continue and they retreat back to their lands, right? So during the encounters, the ones that happen all the time, Allah is saying, do not weaken in pursuit of the people, right? Basically saying, don't feel that the war isn't really ending, or don't feel that we're exhausted and we need to go back. uh, you know he's saying that if you are suffering, right, if you feel exhausted, then surely they're also suffering, right? He's trying to console the people. He's trying to console the Muslims, right? If you're feeling weak, then they're also feeling weak, right, just like you. And then Allah is telling an advantage the believers have that the disbelievers don't. You have hope from Allah and they don't. Right? If you win, you know that you it's counted as jihad from your side, and it's very very rewardious. And if you die as a shaheed, you have very high ranks. So like you have reasons and motivations to go to battle. They don't. If they win, yeah, they'll get praised by the people. If they lose, that's it. That's all. Right? So Allah is consoling the people at battle over here. And Allah is ever all knowing, all wise. Right, so we'll end our session here today. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.